This is Brandon Combs from the Man Hour. Do you like online poker? Do you like fast deposits and fast payouts? Well, if you do, then I've got a deal for you. Head to BigDogPoker.bet and use agent code TSS_Combs. Deposit your first $50 today, and you'll receive up to 20% of rakeback for every hand you play at cash tables. That's BigDogPoker.bet, agent code TSS_Combs. Well, 31 teams. The Chiefs aren't moving on for Patrick Mahomes.
Not for 9 more years.
Yeah. So I could see him landing in Houston and Houston moving on from Deshaun Watson. I can see him coming to Chicago. I could see him ending up in Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers ending up in Chicago. And see what I'm doing to Wyatt here. I can see him in a lot
Everybody's
of places.
going to Chicago.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of teams in on Dak Prescott, as well they should be, if he's an unrestricted free agent. But if they don't re-sign him, I mean, it's kind of what we come to expect from Dallas lately, hasn't it? I mean, Dallas they seem to be that team that wants to win but doesn't want to spend a whole lot of money.
Well, and they spent a lot of money. They gave
They spend it in the wrong places.
They gave $100 million to Amari Cooper. They gave $100 million to Zeke, and they paid some offensive linemen. So I mean, they're definitely spending money.
So in the wrong places, all right.
Well,
I mean, would you have paid Dak or would you have paid Zeke?
See, then it comes to the question: is since they already paid Amari Cooper, then they needed a running game as as well. And I think in the Dallas Cowboys' head,
who's throwing the ball to Amari Cooper?
Listen, I think the Dallas Cowboys think in the back of their head, hey, we have Amari Cooper. We just drafted CeeDee Lamb. We still have what's his face? If Mike was here, he would know who I'm talking about. Like their third receiver on the team that seems to be always open. And then then you have Zeke. So really, any mobile-ish quarterback that has a strong arm would succeed in Dallas right now. Like, let's be honest. Like any mobile-ish quarterback, Sam Darnold, Nick Foles, Mitchell Trubisky, Danny Dimes. Who else you want? Drew or Josh Rosen, Jameis Winston.
Michael Gallup is the receiver you're thinking of.
Yeah, there you go. But like any quarterback with a mobile-ish, strong, accurate arm is going to succeed in Dallas because of the receiving core that they have and arguably one of the best running backs that they have as well. Right now,
I don't think that's true because they're showing you right now with Andy Dalton.
He is not mobile-ish though. So the reason why I say a mobile-ish quarterback is because that offensive line right now is so battered and bruised. I mean, they had one of the top offensive lines just a couple years ago, and like now they're bottom of the barrel.
So what about Carson Wentz then? You think if Carson Wentz right now, the way Carson Wentz is playing in Philly, he is a mobile quarterback. Absolutely, he is a quarterback that flourishes outside the pocket. Absolutely, Carson Wentz is. That's Carson Wentz's game, which is why I think he's having so many troubles this year. Is because they went away from that, and the game plan is for him to stay in the pocket, which has just been atrocious. Fly Eagles fly.
What's up, boy?
Yeah, they're flying all right. Flying right to the bottom of the freaking NFC East. But anyway, I just Carson Wentz in Dallas. Who else is going to be a free agent this year? I mean, hell, what do you think about? And people other than Chicago fans love him. What about Mitch Trubisky? He's a very mobile quarterback. Mitch Trubisky is best when he's moving his legs. See,
I could see that, but the problem is that's really not Mike McCarthy's forte of the play calling. Like he wants a pocket quarterback that can scramble if needed.
I think that's the point I'm getting at.
AKA Aaron Rodgers.
There is no way Aaron Rodgers is going back to play with Mike McCarthy.
If the Green Bay Packers do not win the Super Bowl this year, Aaron Rodgers is out.
Do you remember how that ended with Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers? Mike McCarthy has gone from Green Bay because of Aaron Rodgers.
They both have grown from that situation. They have mended that bridge.
Aaron Rodgers does not grow. Aaron Rodgers holds grudges. Aaron Rodgers does not forget, which is why Aaron Rodgers is not going to be a Green Bay Packer next year because they drafted Jordan Love. He's going to go out. He's going to have another unbelievable season, and he is then leaving the Green Bay Packers, and he's going to go. I guarantee you, I'm telling you right now, he is going. No, I don't think he's going to the Bears either, but I guarantee you he ends up either in Detroit or he ends up in Minnesota to play Green Bay twice a year and beat them and Jordan Love twice a year.
Much like what Favre wanted to do toward the end of his career and just play nothing but the purple eater. Yeah.
I think we're going to see a huge quarterback carousel this off season. I really do.
I mean, if you want to stay on the Aaron Rodgers talk here a little bit, either way, if the Packers do not win a Super Bowl this year, I think he has worn out his welcome per se and ready to move on. And
I don't know how.
I mean,
how? This guy. All right. So let me ask you a question.
Okay. Let me rephrase what I said. Like, he hasn't worn out his welcome in Green Bay. He is ready to move on from Green Bay because they didn't draft a receiver to help him this year.
Yeah. Oh, they didn't draft anything to help him this year.
They drafted a quarterback to replace him, basically.
It's so bad. It's so bad. And Aaron Rodgers, look, man, as much as I like to dog the guy because he's a Green Bay Packer, the fact of the matter is he's a top 5 quarterback all time. I mean, if you look up the set, there's been 2 seasons that have ended with a quarterback throwing 40 touchdowns and less than 5 interceptions. Both of those seasons were Aaron Rodgers, and he's about to do it again.
And Patrick Mahomes he was on pace until he played Miami. Now he has had 5 interceptions, which is crazy.
Yeah. and Rodgers is sitting at 3 or 4. Yeah. So if he throws another one, that's out. But I mean,
which 3 of them came from?
It's insane
from the Buccaneers in one game, I think. So
yeah, and it's insane to think that a team and an organization like the Green Bay Packers, who are all about winning. I mean, they are. Let's just put it out there. Their pedigree, the Green Bay Packers, they are I guess if you had to pick a face of the NFL, it would have been the Green Bay Packers. I mean, with all the Super Bowl wins, Vince Lombardi, the Lombardi Trophy, even it all symbolizes Green Bay. They have not built around Aaron Rodgers since Aaron Rodgers has been there. They had
Man-Hour Nation. Thanks for checking out that Man-Hour clip. You can check out the full episode in the link below in the description, or you can check us live Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. East Coast time on youtube.com/Man-Hour. Or you can download the podcast form on Spotify and iHeartRadio as well. Man-Hour Nation, stand